Free thinkers, I want to talk to you guys about the word leveling up that people say. It's a very good word, but hear the difference between the levels, all right? So your spouse could be at work and she's interacting with men that she has to supervise all day long. And she see their flaws and she has to correct them, right? So sometimes based on how she has to correct them, because these men are salary employees and they want their job and then they have to feed their family, um, they will they have to submit. See how that words go both ways? They have to submit. Now, it's going to be hard for her to come home now and now submit to her a man in her household. I know I'm going to get back a backlash saying that's not true. It can be done. It can't be. It cannot be. If you're used to directing men and telling them what to do, why would you not come home and have one in your house that you listen to? You're just not going to do that. You're just not. That's not how women are built, in my opinion. Now, a man in that type of a role understands that when he comes home, he has to now look at his more feminine wife, not a masculine wife, because if two masculine people are always at each other's throat, nobody's going to win. So if your woman is in her femininity and she comes home and she's telling you how her days went, you can't bring that masculinity to her. You understand now the role that you're in, provide and protector. You're not listening to what she's saying to you about how her day went. How can you help her in fixing that? She's telling you about the children. How can you help in fixing that? She's telling you about the household. How can you help in fixing that? She's telling you about the bills that are there. How can you help in fixing that? But you notice the difference is that we don't use our masculinity now to dominate because we know we're masculine male, right? We know that. So the idea that we have to come home and we automatically know we have to turn it off. Automatically, we know to turn that off because that's not who we're dealing with when we come home. We're dealing with our counterpart, right? That needs to not hear while she needs to hear the masculinity in you and see it in you, you don't have to show it to her. She just know that you're a masculine man. Okay, so she's gonna come to you in her femininity and tell you what's wrong, right? And she's gonna appreciate that. But for the woman side of it, for you to come home and your husband gives you a suggestion, you're not going to take that suggestion. You're just not, because you're used to dealing with men at your job that you feel that are inferior to you because of who you are and your status at the job. That you're not going to listen to the man in your household. You're just not. You're not going to come home and tell him what's going on in your job because your answer is going to be, if I don't even know what to start to tell you because you may not even understand. I understand. I'm a man, okay? But it's still up to the woman to come in and say, um, this is what happened on the job, this happened in the household, this is what's going on in my life, this is how I feel. These things, a man comes in, okay, and understands it. I don't think the other sex understands why it is important to be a feminine person and to make your male the dominant one because then he could help you better. But two dominant people in the household is never going to work because if nobody's going to back down, then there is no solution. And for the man to back down, the woman will never respect him because she knows she dominates him. And no woman wants a man that they're going to dominate, right? They don't. They tell you they want an emotional man. That's not true. The minute you show your emotions, they're going to let you know they do not want an emotional man. They don't. Okay? So I know society is pushing this narrative about this new emotional man. Don't become an emotional man. Keep your feelings to yourself. You have a family member that are male, not female, that are male, go talk to them. You know, you got a lodge, you got brothers that you could talk to, your father, if it's in your life, talk to him. But at no time, in my opinion, should you come to a woman and tell her what's going on in your life because some take it as a sign of weakness. Not saying all, some take it as a sign of weakness. And based on them seeing it as a sign of weakness, they're going to prey on that. Okay? They're going to use that at some point against you. Okay? Now, if this is a good woman and a true woman, she'll put it out there to help you, right? This is the part where she's going above and beyond rectify or try to help the situation. But most of them are not going to go above and beyond. They're going to act like a salary employee and do nothing and see what happens. And based on how you perform, they're not going to do what they're supposed to do because they feel that they picked the wrong person. Now, another thing is, as a man, you get a raise and you come home, you're going to share that with your family, right? Because you want them to see what you have. Most women, when they come home after getting a raise, feel that the man that they've been with 15, 20 years needs to now level up because they now got a raise. So they're looking for a man making more or more than more or more as them or more than them. So they don't see you now as a valuable partner. They want somebody making more than them or as what they're making. Not understanding that the man that's been in that house, that's been taking care of that home, that family for the past 15 years, making sure that the rent is paid or the mortgage is paid, the car note is paid, your lifestyle changes, that man is no longer valuable in her eyes. She wants somebody more valuable. But understand that some of these men that you're giving up, the man that you think you're going to get, don't want that. Okay, because we're men. We always think this. If you gave that up, then who am I? We have no problem sleeping with you. That's what males do. And I say men, that's what males do. But as far as a man, they're not going to take on the responsibility to feed you or take care of your family or your lifestyle because of them. If you walk away from this lifestyle, you walk away from their lifestyle, depending on where you're now situated in your position at your job or in your career. So I want everybody to understand that, take it from what I'm saying to you as how your personal life and your job is interchangeable to as far as you're submitting to a job, but you refuse to come home and do the same thing in your personal life. You have no problem going above and beyond for your job, but you have a problem coming home and doing above and beyond for your family. Think about it, people. Think about it. My free thinkers. Always thinking ahead.